Cowboy quarterback recruit headed for a big stage. I'm Barry Trammell along with OSU writer Kyle Fredrickson. And Kyle, this weekend you'll be writing about OSU recruit Nick Starkel, Liberty Christian, down in the Fort Worth area, headed for the Elite 11 quarterback camp, one of the more prestigious things for a high school senior.
Yeah, absolutely. Trent Dilfer and company with ESPN have been running this camp for a long time now, bringing in the top 18 quarterbacks that they select in the country. They whittle that down to 11, the Elite 11 like you had mentioned, and then they'll name a camp MVP. All happening this week, very high competition, and Cowboy fans have to be excited that their QB recruit of 2016 coming up here is part of this class, a guy who's really come on hot over the past few months since he accepted a scholarship offer back to the Cowboys. Now,
Oklahoma State had a pretty good quarterback run here in the last decade or so. Does Starkel sound like the kind of guy that steps into this legacy?
You know, he's got the body type and the playing style that Mike Gundy really loves. You know, he's been on record in the past talking about, well, what kind of quarterback do you want? And obviously his answer has been, I want a guy who can play in the NFL. Now, obviously that's a long ways down the road for Nick Starkel, but he's 6'3", 180, has that long frame, is a pocket passer, kind of that Brandon Weeden kind of style of play in terms of just dropping back and having a big arm. And so it's something that OSU fans are certainly going to look forward to. But as this recruiting process moves on, as you know, Barry, you know, these kids' minds can change pretty quickly. And OSU was the first Power 5 program to offer Starkel, so certainly, you know, that was part of his decision to accept. But since Texas A&M has come on and offered a scholarship, other major programs are going to be at the Elite 11 scouting these kids as well. So the pressure is certainly going to ramp up on him.
Does he seem solidly in OSU's camp?
At this point, talking with him and his father, you know, just a couple months back when I first wrote about Starkel, that loyalty factor was big. The fact that Mike Yursich was the first guy to come in and say, hey, you have Division I talent, you know, we want you to be here. It played a big factor. And since, you know, Nick has been a guy on Twitter to reach out to other potential recruits and other recruits who have signed on and has kind of played the role of recruiter a little bit on social media. So all signs to him, all signs point to him staying with his OSU commitment. But like I said, you know, when you're 17 years old and a lot of these people are talking you up, that can change your decision sometimes.
We'll keep an eye on Nick Starkel. Stay tuned for further OSU football coverage here on News OK and every day in the Oklahoman.